Welcome back, Keepers of the Flame. Okay, gonna try to keep this a little bit more formal instead of just chit-chatting, because I really feel like, um, how do I put this? The chrysalis, if you will. The catalytic chrysalis stick is starting to crack, my loves. My loves. My witchy tribe, calling in, baby. Come on. Okay, so I'm going to, so it doesn't matter. I don't have any herbs. I don't have crystals. I don't have cards. Okay. You can watch the wind blow. You can watch the birds move through the trees. You can watch the squirrel hopping upon blah 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 blah. You can watch whatever out in nature. You want to go play with the crocodiles? Do it. Do you hear what I'm saying? That's what you need. This stuff is just part of the earth when some of us who live in freaking frozen tundra for like 9 months out of the dang year need to connect to the earth. It helps us, right? It helps us. Okay. So this isn't required. Okay. And if it is, go find a rocky something terrain. You know, my girlfriends and I had a discussion that where did that one stone go? About how it's not even the crystals in the crystal store. Sometimes it is, where did it go? You know what? I put it someplace sacred. It's probably in my bedroom. Cause my bedroom is sacred. Everything's sacred. But like, oh here. This is probably like in my top 10 favorite rocks. Okay. I just got this from the Pacific Ocean. It's weird. It's just funky. Simple. I know. For those of us who are magical creatures, we know what this is, and it is lovely. ODB. Okay, this is another version of like Akashic Records. Okay. If you're not into that, you don't need to be into that. But I'm telling you right now, some of the most sacred things that we can connect with just hold this energy. Okay. And so, again, freak flags flying. Okay. Freak flag flying. This beautiful little nugget right here. You just have a little subconscious conversation. Well, this one wants a subconscious conversation. I was like, what do you need? Do you need me, yesterday with the impromptu circle call, like, are you coming with? Do you want to come with? And her response was, bitch, I'm working on your subconscious. Go away. So this is why they can't shut it down, because just like the system literally has invested everything it is to shutting our subconscious undercurrent down, getting us unsafe in our bodies and hijacking our central nervous systems, whatever else, because we are surrounded by this. This is why they want us in closed off houses, toxified to the umpteenth, because there's no avoiding this. This is everywhere. Okay, this is everywhere. This is everywhere. Okay, and I found this where the river meets the ocean. Okay, so this is probably one of my favoriteest stones. And she's like, I'm your subconscious undercurrent worker, damn it. But this is what I'm talking about. Like, you don't need to go out and get all this. Okay, that's not required. I was just blessed enough. Blessed. Privileged. Privileged. Yes, I have to come to terms with that. And not that I'm like uber super rich. This is like, some of this was gifted, some of this was passed on, some of this was left behind, some of this was whatever. So this is kind of a collection of different things that different people came into my life, did things and said, you need to have this, when you know a shit ton of crystal dealers, things like these just pop into your life. They just pop into your existence. So it's not that I am super uber duper, whatever. No, this just, the circles I run in happen to be. Now, books, on the other hand, that's another story. We all have that complex, right? So for as many years as I've lived here, I don't have cable TV. I don't have a television. I have a garden and a collection of books and beautiful, wonderful, amazing friends that we exchange things all the time. I make them little head veils and they give me crystals, and I teach them about energy work, and they send me wands or whatever, tie-dyes, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so this is kind of like the bartering aspect of things. Get into bartering. Okay, and that's not going to put you in a place of wealth either. I know, but Kelly Kilaganagadeg, she's channeling for a specific group of people, and that's good for her. But she's also on a specific timeline that's not going to serve humanity in particular ways. So again, channeling, cool beans, fucking get into it. Don't need anything for that. Don't need to do jack diddly squat to channel anything. And yes, it's good to have the poisons out of your system, but if you can't afford that diet, don't fucking harp on yourself about it. Don't harp on yourself about it. Okay? That's just wasted energy. Just go, okay, I'm going to eat as clean as possible without killing myself, basically. So it's all a matter of moderation and do a little at a time, just a little bit at a time. Just, a little bit. Every little bit you can. Don't overwhelm yourself with a complete transformation of life, whatever energy. Do a little bit what you can, where you can. Find that little bliss, joy, whatever it is for you, and bring it in and say, I want to connect to this. I want to interact with this. I want to know what life can be like here, rather than what everybody else tells me it has to be here. I want to interact with something that's genuine, that speaks to the heart of who I am and fulfills me. I don't want to be out creating new passwords and collecting pentacles for the CEO and the owner of the company, while I take everything I earn and have to give it over to some other freaking jackface robber baron. Okay? Okay. So find those little thingy things and start bartering in your community. I can't stress this enough, you guys. Like, money is probably going to take a huge look. And again, pull your sources out of it. Stop worrying about it. Stop putting energy into it. Stop it. Stop it. And all of us, like, who are experiencing the squeeze, do you know what that energetically isn't charging with us? You're not going to have that on your karma list. You're not going to be investing in the companies and corporations that are paying people to be in the street terrorizing. Okay, so bring that down a notch. Realize the energetic pattern, energetic pedestal, energetic punch down on that gas pedal instead of the patriarchal gas pedal of must get, must get, must get, must get. Must connect. Must be human. Must be interactive. Must be out there exchanging energy in new and inventive and probably somewhat old-ish ways of bartering. Okay. There's a lot of people out there that need a little bit of assistance, So if you know how to garden, if you know how to repair a staircase, I don't know, trying to like looking at shit. There's a staircase. There's if you know how to repair a car, whatever the hell it is, okay? Whatever it is for you that you know how to do, get into it and start teaching people how to do that on the side. Again, I'm not asking you to completely uproot your life. Okay? I'm asking you to open up to the possibilities of having your life already uprooted. Okay? Not to manifest it, but to create a safety structure, systematic function in your life that tells you no matter what, no matter the fuck what they do, I'm good. I'm fine in my system. Let that be something they can't take away from you. And this is one little mechanistic way to get there. So, getting into that explorative nature, getting into the curiosity, knowing what's back there exists isn't going to change it. What it is going to do is allow you to navigate away from the energy. If you can't see the energy for what the fuck it is going to come in and be all pervasive, and it is going to corrupt yet again. Leave it, but you have to learn how to see it first. If you can't see it, it's got a good chance of taking over. So you have to look at it. You have to get all low vibrational with it. Ugh. In order to perceive, okay, I know what's back there. I know the foundation that's carrying that, and I know all the little leeches and parasites that grow out from it. So I'm going to find different patterns. I'm going to find different energies. I'm going to find new existing access points that we've just had our nervous system shut down to. Everything we need is already accessible to us. It's just we have had our system programmed to shut down to those ways of and modalities of existing in the world. And that's where our strength lies. Not worrying and putting energy into this, but seeing to the very core of it and what its purpose is. It's death and terror. Death of every aspect of human existence with no rebirth. That's the whole construct, is to break the human down into absolute dust and be like, oh, why aren't you out there slaving away to give all of your slavery rewards over to the robber barons? What is wrong with you? What have you become? You corrupt, worthless, wasteless piece of shit. Do you see what I'm saying? That's the whole structure. The whole narrative is to create those negative Nancy's in the skull that say to you, you're not slaving to a system that's never going to reward you. What the fuck? Okay, you can have that narrative, but you don't force it on me. You get your fucking cookie cutter on somebody else, because this ain't gonna work here. Okay? Ka-chink, ka-chink. See? Doesn't work. New. Inventive. Creative. Not slave master narrative, okay? Leave that shit for the people who desperately need it, who can't conceive of anything else. Leave it for them, okay? We're creating new pathways forward. We cannot. Humanity literally is going to go extinct if we keep pulling that shit behind us. Just saying. So cut the cord. Cut all the cords. And get into a space where you can sit with things and be creative. And explore new ways of existing in the world. And I realize that this is a very difficult time to do that in. And I realize that people have genuine concerns about uplifting the patriarchy system. But you know what that's doing? Uplifting the patriarchal system. unfortunately, because too many people are not activating their inner intelligence and going off of what laws say, what the banks say, what the stock market says, what the Scarface Guy Daddy head authority at the front of the room says, what the governor says, what the ICE agent says, what the police say, what mainstream media or anybody else on the freaking internet says, whatever the hell the patriarchal narrative is. It's all over. It's plastered everywhere. You're not going to be able to conceive of the fact that you don't stop supporting the system that's literally causing this. The whole system is causing this. And the moment you say to yourself, well, it's the only thing we got, so it's the only thing I'm going to support. That's not making room for the new. I'm not demanding a whole life upheaval, but you do need to start driving your horse in that direction. Okay, you got till February 17th until that horse takes off. Okay. Your duty energetically is to be polishing that saddle and loading up the things that you want to take with you into the future and leaving everything else behind you. If you don't, your energy is directly tied to that fire horse's ankle. And whatever you find yourself doing, whatever modality you're sitting in, your face is going to hit the fucking ground and you're going to be drug. Okay, so just start talking to rocks. I'm kidding. If that's not your modality, don't do it. You can choose plants. You can talk to the wood. Maybe you're a woodworker. Talk to the cars. Maybe you're a mechanic. Those things, because they move and they function, those are living beings. I know we don't like, that's a machine, it's an inanimate object. As a female, I, with every ounce of reverence, would like to tell you to shut the fuck up now. Because my sacred little Betsy, my precious little chug chug, chitty chitty bang bang, sorry, I couldn't. My little sweet chitty chitty bang bang has gotten me to a lot of places safely. And I'm sorry, that's something to really fucking, that's amazing. I don't care if you see it as an inanimate object. She has carried me many places safely. Granted, I was doing this, but she was making sure everything was running safely. And I appreciate that about her. And I give her credit. And I give her love and energy and whatever else. And she continues to fulfill her lovely little purpose. See how that works, kids? I know people that do energy work on vehicles. I know people that do energy work on AI. That's all there ever was, and that's all there ever will be. Under any circumstances. And making things inanimate makes you a red flag. So if you want to coexist in the things that you coexist with, start treating them with more reverence and respect, right? Start holding them sacred, okay? And the first thing that comes with that is doing that for yourself. If you can't do that for yourself, you're going to get from a place of depletion, and then that's going to toxify the environment. So when you're giving a place of depletion, it's going to develop different ailments, different dis-ease in the body. And so when we have to continue to give from a place of depletion, it's going to show up in the actual physical body and the environment. So, and this is where they want you, is giving from a place of depletion. So you have no access point to any sort of joy, sovereignty. This is why a lot of us don't like reaching for joy, is the moment we do, it's going to be ripped away, right? This is why we don't want to reach out, because it's going to be cut off. whatever it is. Okay, so the system has functioned through us in that mechanism. Okay, that's the mechanistic modality of living. That's what makes us inanimate objects to other people's eyeballs. Is this idea that there's not energy flowing through every single solitary thing on this planet. If you think about it, that truck is made from the earth. That car is running on fuel from the earth, which is putting something spectacular into there. Okay. So knowing all those wonderful, amazing things about life creates more wonder and curiosity and says, why are you guys wasting all your time slaving away just to give the robber barons the slave labor reward? I'm sorry. Your system is better because why? Okay, so it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. That's all I have to say. But when you can, get into the modality. Maybe you like string. What if you like cotton and linen and wool and all that other stuff? Maybe you're a weaver. Get into that. And no, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's made of plastic. Who the fuck cares? Weave it. Run it. Do what you can. Okay, so this whole narrative that there's like blah, 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 blah versus blah, 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 blah. Do you know that at one point we thought eggs were really bad for you? They're high in cholesterol. Dude, if you knew all the minerals and the sacred things that need to go into our body that science has depleted everything of, especially salt. Okay. I'm like, that's mainly what my course is on right now. I was like, why don't we know what pumps the heart? Why don't we know what's driving that? And it angered me so much, and I'm like, I'm gonna figure it out. And I did. So my screen keeps flashing. Weird. Maybe they're taking pictures for the, what do they call that? Thumbnail? Cacao and cortisol, darling. Okay, so when you get to the standpoint where the patriarchal, everything kind of falls away. The structure, the ways in which we maneuver with Pentacles. I keep calling it Pentacles because money is going to go away. So is crypto. Crypto's for billionaires. So like, I have more gold coin than you do. Look at my gold coin. It's so pretty. It's like Pokemon cards or crap. Used to be baseball cards. Then it turned into, Christ, that's my generation. Shit. I don't remember. I mean, I was so disinterested. I'm like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. Pong? Was it Pong? Oh, who the fuck cares? Anyway, now it's Pokemon. Whatever. You can play with the energies, but how we tell you how to play with the energies, not how you come up with it. No. We are going to have total power and control over the construct of how you create this world. Ooh, child. Okay. Choose wisely, darling. all these little face holes. Okay, everything that you put into is going to be a product of what you put out. Okay, and again, if you're like, oh my god, I can't afford to just swipe everything in my cabinet that might have toxins in it, don't. What you can do is energetically, you know, let me show you. Okay. There's nothing in here, but I just poured some mechanistic beverage. Let's go beverage. I don't want to call it water. I don't want to label it. Whatever you put into here, okay? Whatever's in here. This is my left hand, my receiving hand. This is my right hand. This is my giver hand. So this, you receive energy, you give energy, okay? That's Reiki 101. Well, part of it anyway, okay? So you hold your hand over it. You're like, okay, what do I want? What do I want out of this glass cup? What do I want out of it? What do I want to take into my body? And program it that way. I did. I said the P word. Uh-oh. Okay. So that's how that works. So, and you can do that with your food too. Just put your hands over it, praying over food, you know. Again, in our streets, whatevs. Okay. So bringing that narrative into your own existence, being your own energy conductor. Okay. And again, the whole concept of purity culture needs to fuck all the way out. So sometimes the things that we need in our lives are going to be painted as society as too needy or bad or dirty or unproductive, taboo, or even nonsensical, especially if it's on an intimate level. Like, I would just like to be able to have a freaking good conversation over some fucking tacos with whoever. It doesn't have to be a romantical partner, just some interaction that's honest and capable and holds space and understands. How about that? Understands, right? So when you're going about your energy, stop leaving yourself out. I know the world needs a lot of energetic help, but from a place that's fulfilled. So fill the cup up first. Fill the cup. Fill the cup. All the way. Well, however. Program, ingest. Okay. This is a metaphor for so many things. This is a metaphor. Fill the cup, charge the cup, drink the cup, outflow the cup. Okay. And yeah, you're gonna put that into the community water source center. Ooh. Everything you think is just energy, everything is so intimately connected. So intimately connected. Everything is. And so this is going to go through you in your little lovely energetic field and get pissed back into the water system. Moo-ha fucking ha. Everything is connected. Segregation is an illusion, and it's a construct they want you to keep separating. All you have to do is give it the middle finger and go play. Go play like you're a little kid. Go get curious. Play with everything. The sticks, the sand, the the sunlight, the clouds, the rain. Play in it all. Play with it. Explore it. Let it come into you and tell you who you are, how to live, how to function. And let it remind you. Let it help you remember. And that's what this is. It's not a developing, it's not really a creation. It's a helping you remember who you are and what lovely little fractal, multi-dimensional ecosystem you fit into. And it's all different. We're not going to all be in one place at the same freaking fractal ecosystem. Get curious. Where do I feel love? Or where do I feel my wisdom rise? Remember, we just had that love conversation. Where do I feel wise? Where do I feel empowered? Where do I get the most nutrients? Where is that coming from? And how do I keep interacting with that on a more consistent and deep, intimate level? How can I deepen that bond? How can I deepen that relationship? How can I get all the things obstructing me from obtaining that deep, intimate relationship out of the way? How can I release those old patterns and thoughts in my mind that says, oh, this isn't how we do life. This is how we do life. You've got to be over here in the patriarchal construct. No, I want to know really what the little chirpy chirp means out of the birdie bird. I want to know. I want to feel that in my soul. Right? Let that fill your house for a little bit and ask yourself, what is this producing for me? What's the outcome? Ooh, that's the most dangerous question you can possibly have. What's the outcome here? What's the result? Because what I put in is giving me results. And I'm allowed to look at those results. I'm allowed to look at my own tree. I'm allowed to listen to the snake. And I'm allowed to eat the tree's fruit. I'm allowed to. It's my fruit. I busted my ass for it. It came from me. I'm going to eat it. Thank you. Personal responsibility. Scarface Guy Daddy no longer in charge of my fruit tree. Uh-oh. Spaghetti-o. Delightful feeling. Okay, but that comes with responsibility. What you're putting in is what you're producing. Ooh, okay, so again, don't need huge modalities of existing. Just a few things. If you have some drums, if you have some tambourines, if you have some rattles, fucking get them out. Now's the time. Shake that shit loose. You hold all your trauma in your hips. This is why we like sex. Because our trauma gets stored in our hips.